This anime is essentially Fortnite Battle Royale occurring on a hostile island. Battle Royale stories in anime do create interesting narratives, but for this anime, the hostile environment itself is the primary focus. The Battle Royale is secondary. Never in my years of watching anime have I seen a setting to be so crucial to the story. From the very first episode, we see a man coming back from Hell Island with flowers growing from every orifice. I mean, despite the R17 plus rating on this anime, they didn't actually show us every orifice, thank God. But with the introduction, I immediately want to know more about this place. Speaking of introductions, let's get into mine. Time for the quickest setup ever. This is Gabimaru the Hollow, dangerous ninja assassin with a KD on par with Frosty on Halo 5. He gets captured and sentenced to death. This is Sagiri, his scheduled executioner. Gabimaru and all the other death row convicts in a similar position are given a choice. Go to this shady island and come back with the elixir of life for the shogun, or depart from your head. Not much of a decision to be made here. So of course, here we are on the island. The island is referred to as Shinsenkyo, or the Divine Paradise. Clearly, nobody with eyes came up with that name because all this island is creepy. It has many artificially engineered flora and fauna. The plants are all brightly colored, and botanists would tell you that it's a general tendency of poisonous things to be brightly colored. So this rainbow of color in the flora is immediately disconcerting. The fauna is even worse, as the insects have faces and secrete tan, which turn everything into plants like what we see in the man who returned from the island initially. But the creepiest thing by far is the Soshin. The Soshin are monstrous chimeras with no uniformity in body structure or appearance. The Soshin lack organs or intelligence. They just move towards movement and attack any trespasser on the island. These things are hard to look at and essentially useless. This giant fish head one is the best one because why? Why? Now everyone can have nightmares with me. The island is divided into 3 circular sections. The outer ring where we are currently with the Soshin is called Eshu. It is covered in plant life mainly due to the previous invading parties that got hit with the tan. It is essentially a graveyard of intruders. Deeper in is Hojo, which has a small defunct village. At the center is Harai. This is the home of the masters of this chaos, the Tensen. The Tensen are immortal beings which take the shape of male or female and drink the tan to sustain their life force. So that basically gives the motivation for converting the humans into plants, as this process generates tan. The whole island is basically a buffet for the Tensen, and they do be eating. The architecture of Shinsenkyo is interesting too, as it incorporates both Taoist and Buddhist iconography and design. The fused religious cues can also be observed in the Soshin and other monsters that appear. Sento, the resident nerd in the show, stated that everything on the island was poorly devised, like the machinations of a madman. I think that summarizes the idea of this place in totality. I'm going to wrap this up by saying that this is one of the most disturbing settings for any narrative I've ever observed. It was so well presented that it raises the stakes of all narrative conflicts. Hell's Island is genuinely scary and has me looking forward to future seasons of this anime. Please like and subscribe and see you next time.